Good morning. How are you all doing? Saturday morning, sunshine, dicky birds doing all their things. I was up quite early because I needed to do my block because I hadn't done my block. But I've done my block now. There we go. Alright, so that's one that I've just sort of made up. Now, it could be in that there big Bible book that I use, but there's 5,500 patterns in there and I'm not going to look through and see can I find it. So if it is anybody's, I apologise, but I just drew it. So there we go. It hasn't got a name as such. There's your pattern. I'll pop the pattern over on Patchwork Witterings for you as normal. Now, how to put this one together. I would say best thing doing, do your triangles first, get them out of the way. So you've got your square, add your little strip and your two. Yeah, so get your middle strip done out of the way. If you're doing it by hand, I'll put hundreds of numbers on that thing. I'd then just do strip by strip and add it strip by, yeah, as normal. If, however, you're doing it by machine, you might find this a bit quicker. Okay, so do your middle strip, and then when it comes to this, certainly this outside strip here, if you measure double, so 5.5 by 2.5 and 5.5 by 1.5, and do double of all of that, you can then chop it in half and turn it the other side and it's all done. I quite like that. Nice and quick. And you could do the same with these as well. So if you double your sizes, don't forget to leave your seam allowances on there, and then chop them in half, and you've got that, and they go together really quickly. It's good, isn't it? I quite like that one. I've exaggerated the colour placement on there so that you could see really the different sizes and what goes where. Depending what you put where, obviously you're going to get a totally different look to your block. But yeah, so that's good. So that's block number 9. So we're up to really like a lap quilt size, aren't we? Already. Frightening. I'm aiming at 16 for this one, because I reckon that will do us nicely to the end of having to stay in, or at least my having to stay in, and I'm going to have to do a bit of work. So I'm aiming at 16 for a nice little sort of single bed sit on top of quilt, that size. And then after that, as I say, I'll do 1 or 2 witters a week, just in general, and see if I can find something nice for us all to do. I can't get over how much we've got done and how long we've been doing what we've been doing, and it's still going on. Never mind, it's starting, things are starting to move, aren't they? We're starting to get back to normal. I'm looking forward this week to a few people maybe able to come into the garden. If it's nice weather like they've said, we'll do a bit of distance sitting stitching, and then yeah, so that will be nice. We can start and do a few little bits. Obviously so many things we have to take into consideration, and I know it's going to be a while before I see some of my ladies, but there we are. We need to be sensible about this, don't we? Right, so that's that. So what else is going on? Yesterday I was busy designing a mystery quilt. The mystery quilt we're on at the minute is Garden Blooms, and that's coming to an end in June, end of June. That will be done. I've got to do the binding. It's sat over there. I must cut the binding and finish that one off. And then the month after, I'm doing a Tilda one. Very English garden. Very, I want to say twee. But it's a little bit different. And in the middle of each one, not each, but most, there's a drawn panel. A little drawn English country something. And then they could be embroidered, or they could be quilted, or if you want, I'm going to draw up some sets of them, so that if you're wanting to buy a set of these for embroidery, or just to leave as they are as pictures, I've just done mine as pictures, they'll be available. But we'll do 2 blocks a month. That's over 6 months, and it's quite a nice size quilt, and it's using all these lovely tildes. Yeah, I think I've got about 17 or 18. But it's also what I call one of my scrap and stash quilts. So, you know, you've probably got stuff around that will do it. Add a few good bits and then scrappy bits, you know, and it will look lovely. But it's very, yeah, very English country garden, mine. Not maybe what you would associate with me, so I'm quite pleased about that. Yeah, so that's the next mystery bomb. So the next mystery bomb you can start signing up for shortly. I'm going to put that up into my website shop, and it's going to be on UK Quilters United on their website, in the shop on the website, because I run all the mystery quilts through for UK Quilters United. All right, so you'll find that over on the website. Give it another couple of weeks and then I'll put that up there for everybody to start joining in. I don't want it up there too early, because otherwise you're sort of paying your dues, as it were, or part dues, and you're sat waiting for weeks then for it to arrive. So I don't want that happening. So I'll kick that one off probably in July for everybody. Okay, and that'll be 6 months. But what I did yesterday, because I try to be a quilt ahead of you lot, doesn't always work. I was busy designing the next one, if that makes sense. And all I'm going to say, because bearing in mind this will come out in December, probably January next year for Join Up. It's sunshine. It's a field full of sunflowers. I'm saying no more. Field full of sunflowers. Or at least that's what's in my mind. What comes out is might be different by the time it gets to you, but that's what's going on. And I did a big drawing yesterday, and now I've got to make it, which is going to be all good. And as I say, that's going to be for sort of January, February, when we're all feeling maybe a little bit down, it'll be a bit miserable, maybe winter. So we'll have a bit of sunshine going on, I think. I reckon that's a good one. So next one coming up, as I say, is Tilda. Or at least I've used Tilda. And I haven't really got a name for it. Isn't that terrible? Oh, it's gone off long arming up to Sarah at Ambleside. Maybe I'll ask Sarah if she's got a name for it. At the minute, I've just got Iddy Tiddy in my mind. And Iddy Tiddy isn't possibly what you would... No, it's not really a quilt, is it, Iddy Tiddy? I don't know. Iddy Tiddy was our little dog. I don't know why it reminded me of Iddy Tiddy, but there we are. Talking of animals, Tom's over the other side of the cupboard. He's found himself yet another little place to sleep. I've got a big faff sewing machine over there. Quilty, that people can come and use when the cupboard's open and we're not doing what we're doing. And there's just a big cover thrown on it, and he's found himself a nice little sleepy bit on there. So that's another one I'm gonna have to wash. But he's happy. It's nice to see him in, especially with them tractors flying around. They do worry me. Oh, there we are. So what else is new? Not a lot. I spent loads of time yesterday messaging with people. How are you? What's going on? Is everybody all right? Some group messages was lovely. Hopefully, as I say, we get to see a few people from this week onwards in the garden, if the weather stays. Can have a little sit and stitch at a distance. I reckon that might work. Just 2 or 3 people. How lovely. Tidy? Nah, not doing it. Did kitchen. That'll do. Exercise. I'm off to the post office in a minute because I've got one that I need to post, and it's Saturday, so I have to go down this morning. Get that done out of the way. That'd be lovely. So I'll see you tomorrow. Although I was doing these every 2 days, I may well do another one tomorrow because we've got 7 more to get done, and I can see me starting to get a little bit more busy in a couple of weeks' time. So I want to get through them so that you've got enough to make your next quilt top, because I'm very aware that not everybody's going to be allowed out to play. So I want you to at least have got the opportunity to have done those, and at that point also I'll have all the patterns available if anybody wants the patterns. I know there's a couple of you out there waiting, so what I'm doing is I'm drawing all of them now with a bit of how to at the bottom, and they'll be available for purchase come the end if that makes your life easier. So actual size patterns. It's all good, it's all good. Right, so all that's left to be said is I'll see you in the morning, probably with another block. I'm not going to promise, see what the day brings. And have a lovely day. Be lovely.